Being part of Autism Today TV was one of the greatest moments of my life. And you know what? That dish was one of the first dishes I made with them. It was one of the first dishes that really kind of let them know where I was, and it was really what helped us connect to work together. So you know what the question is today? Can I recreate that dish? Can I make it better? Well, you know what? Let's find out.
My name is Chef Tom Dickinson. Sit back, relax, and fasten your seatbelts, guys. It's time to watch me cook.
All right. Don't forget to watch Nora and Henny's Cupcake Adventure exclusively here on Watch Me Video. That sound good to you, Peanut? Ow! Okay. All right. Don't call you Peanut. Anybody ever tell you you got your mom's temper?
Let's get cooking.
Pork lo mein, one of my favorite dishes. It's one of my favorite dishes to eat, and it's one of my favorite dishes to prepare. How you guys doing today? Storyfire, Instagram, YouTube. Hope you guys are all doing great. I'm Chef Tom Dickinson. Welcome to Watch Me Cook. Today, I'm going to talk about some really good friends of mine, my friends Lois, America, Thomas, and Gary. All of us worked together on Autism Today TV. It was a really great experience, and one of our first experiences was making this dish, pork lo mein. I made it with noodles made out of zucchini. Today, it's going to be a little bit different. I want to see if I can make this dish better, add some more flavor to it, and make it a little more refined. But you know what? The only way to do that is if we get started. But first things first, let's get our meats.
For our aromatics, we're going to need ginger. We're also going to need a lot of garlic. For our sauce, we're going to need soy sauce, rice vinegar, and sweet chili sauce. And we're also going to need for our sauce a bottle of Martinelli sparkling cider. We're also going to be using bell peppers, and for something different, we're going to be using some fennel. And also something different, some Granny Smith apples. We're going to use some cilantro. And to finish it off, we're going to use, of course, 4 large pieces of pork. And for the noodles, some daikon radish.
All right, we know what ingredients we're using. Let's get cutting.
The first thing that I'm going to do is peel my daikon radish. Second, I'm going to cut it into large chunks so I can run it through the spiralizer and make my noodles.
All right, to make our noodles, yes, you saw on our ingredients we have daikon radish. In order to cut our noodles, we're going to use one of my favorite kitchen tools, the spiralizer. We're going to make noodles out of daikon radish. Do you know, and especially you people who are watching, if you're watching and you're on a gluten-free diet, you know how expensive gluten-free ingredients can be. A spiralizer costs about maybe $40 or $50. You can use it to spiralize vegetables into noodles. The money you save on gluten-free pasta, this piece of equipment will pay for itself. So let's get started on it.
I'm running my daikon radish through the spiralizer to create something very similar to noodles. And once it's done, I can start working on my other aromatics.
All right, this is the moment. Getting a little overwhelming. It's like, oh my gosh, it's all these ingredients. I got to cut these things all these certain ways. I can't do it. Yes, you can. Right now, hit pause. I want you to hit pause. Go back through it. Go back through it as many times as you need to, and just get it done. You want to know why? I believe in you. You can do it. Get it done. It's going to happen. You got this.
Using my Japanese grater, I start breaking down my ginger and getting it ready to go. As I'm grating it on my Japanese grater, it's getting mashed to a really, really fine pulp, and it's going to be great for my pork lo mein stir fry. And of course, after the ginger, I have to break down and smash some garlic for good measure. Wouldn't be the same without the garlic. Next, I take my fennel and I cut off the stems and I leave the white bulb, and then I start slicing it thinly on my Japanese mandolin. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to pour some of my sparkling cider in to start cutting up my apples. I'm cutting up the apples on the mandolin to make sure they're nice and thin and they're all even. And I'm going to get those in the container and get them put away so I can save them for when I start cooking. Next, I'm going to cut the ends off my bell peppers and I'm going to get them ready to juling in. Once the ends are off, I'm going to take my knife, I'm going to work them all the way through so I get these nice, really long strips. After that, I'm going to take my bell peppers, I'm going to chop them into a julienne and get them ready to go. All the vegetables are done, now it's time to cut the pork. Using my Kiritsuke knife, I am slowly cutting the pork and getting it nice and thin strips. Then I'm going to marinate with sesame oil, hit it with some cornstarch, and a little bit of baking soda to help make it tender. I've got my pork mixed together, now it's time to make the sauce. For the sauce, I add some sparkling cider, followed by some gluten-free soy sauce, followed by some sweet chili sauce, and then I'm going to add some rice vinegar for some acidity. For some heat, I'm going to add some sambal, then I'm going to whisk everything together to incorporate all the flavors.
Alright, prep's done. Now it's time to cook.
In my wok, I add some oil and get the wok nice and hot. When my wok is hot, I add my pork, sear it on both sides, and as soon as I can, get it out of the pan. Once my pork is out, I add my bell peppers and I start stir frying them, followed by my fennel, and I start getting that cooked as well. Starting to look really, really good. While I'm cooking my vegetables, I add my ginger and my garlic right now because I didn't want it to burn. Once I add that, I'm going to add my pork back in and start cooking it all together. It's looking really, really great. Now I'm going to start adding my sauce to bring the whole dish together. My pork is coming together nicely and it's looking really, really good. Now I'm going to add some leftover scallions I had from a previous dish and incorporate those as well. Once I get those together, I add my noodles and I add a little more sauce just to dress everything. Looks great.
Alright, this dish is done. Now it's time to plate it up, and let's see if we can plate it up as well as we did last time.
I put my pork and noodles in the bottom of the bowl with a little bit of extra sauce just for good measure. Next, I top it with the apples that I cut on the mandolin and then followed by some cilantro sprigs. Then I finish it by topping it with some fennel fronds, and all I have to say about this dish is, order up!
What do you guys think? Was it as good as the other one? Was it the same? Was it better? Was it not so great? Hey, let me know in the comments. I appreciate any feedback that you guys have. And you know what? This is just a reminder that when I got to be a part of Autism Today TV, it was one of the greatest moments of my life. But you know what another great moment of my life is? Getting to interact with you. That's right, you who are watching this. If you're leaving comments, if you're being a part of this, I want to thank you for being a part of this. This is great. And you know what? Some of you guys are saying, well, that's pretty cool. I could never do that. And you know what? Some people in this world are going to tell you, you can't do stuff. But you know what? That's when you look them in the face. You tell them, watch me and do it anyway. You know what they told me? They said, you're 48 years old, Chef. You can't have a YouTube channel and get followers and have people view your videos. Well, guess what? My answer's in the name of my channel. Watch me. Watch me grow. Watch me excel. Watch me fulfill my dreams, just like you can fulfill your dreams. I thank you again for being here today. Get out of here. Go make this dish. Go be awesome. See you next time. Are you this aggressive with Mom when you're making cupcakes? What's the big deal with being called? I won't say it. See you next time, guys.